My biome is the tropical rainforest. The tropical rainforest biome is an ecosystem that covers about 7% of the Earth's surface. They are found all over the world, but the majority of the tropical rainforests lie in South America in Brazil. The weather in the tropical rainforest is rainy yet pleasant all year round, day or night. The yearly rainfall ranges from 80 to 400 inches or 200 to 1,000 centimeters. The average temperature in tropical rainforest ranges from 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 to 30 degrees Celsius. Tropical rainforests are found obviously in tropical areas. The parallels or latitudes that most of these are found at are around the Tropic of Cancer or around the equator. Because of the excessive amount of rainfall, the always wet soil is super fertile. Not only is the land super fertile because of the excessive rainfall, but as the dead organisms fall from the trees or just die on the forest floor, they serve as a natural fertilizer to the soil. The zones of the tropical rainforest from top to bottom are emergent, canopy, understory, and forest floor. The emergent layer has giant trees thrust above the dense canopy layer and have huge mushroom-shaped crowns. These trees enjoy the greatest amount of sunlight, but also must endure high temperatures, low humidity, and strong winds. The canopy layer has broad, irregular crowned trees that form a tight, continuous canopy 60 to 90 feet above the ground. The branches are often densely covered with other plants named epiphytes and tied together with vines called lianas. The canopy is home to 90% of the organisms found in the rainforest, many seeking the brighter light in the treetops. The understory receives only 2 to 15% of the sunlight that falls on the canopy. The understory is a dark place. It is relatively open and contains young trees, leafy herbaceous plants that tolerate low light. Many popular household plants come from this layer because they are used to receiving very little amounts of light. Only along rivers and roadways and in tree fall and cut areas is sunlight sufficient to allow growth to become thick and impenetrable. The forest floor receives less than 2% of the sunlight, and consequently little grows here except plants adapted to very low amounts of light. On the floor is a thin layer of fallen trees, seeds, fruits, and branches that very quickly decompose. A thin layer of decaying organic matter is found here, or, as I mentioned above, a natural fertilizer. The main producers of the rainforest are the tall canopy trees, the epiphyte plant, or the lianas vines. Main consumers of the rainforests are jaguars, monkeys, pythons, and crocodiles. Some common prey and predator relationships are that frogs eat grasshoppers, pythons eat frogs, jaguar eats macaws, and vampire bats eat grasshoppers. The rainforest has very unique weather conditions that call for organisms to have unique adaptations to cope with them. Some plant adaptations are that the leaves of the forest trees have adapted to cope with exceptionally high rainfall. Many tropical rainforests have a drip tip. It is thought that these drip tips on the leaves enable raindrops to run off quickly. Plants need to shed water to avoid the growth of fungus and bacteria in the warm, wet tropical rainforest. Because of the high canopy trees, many of the forestation beneath the canopy layer need to be able to survive with minimal sunlight. Some of the animal adaptations are small animals, including monkeys, birds, snakes, rodents, frogs, and lizards, are common in the rainforest. Many of these animals and a multitude of insects never set foot on the ground. The animals use the tall trees and understory for shelter, hiding places from their predators, and a source of food. Two specific organisms that have acquired unique adaptations are the toucan and the sloth. Toucans have adapted by developing a long, large bill. This adaptation allows this bird to reach fruit on the branches that are too small to support the bird's weight. The bill also is used to cut fruit from the tree. The sloth uses a behavioral adaptation and camouflage to survive in the rainforest. It moves very, very slowly and spends most of its time hanging upside down from trees. Blue-green algae grows on its fur, giving the sloth a greenish color and making it more difficult for predators to spot. Human impacts of the rainforest is a big factor. As human population grows, the need for agriculture, energy, and developmental space increases with it. Tropical rainforests cover a massive amount of the world's tree surface. Each year, over 90,000 square miles of the forest are harvested for human use. This deforestation has worried environmentalists because of the release of carbon from the machinery and vegetation. It is believed that deforestation may accelerate the effects of global warming and transform the rainforest climate. Tropical rainforests harbor 50% of the world's biodiversity. The massive deforestation of the forest has caused the total landmass to go 15 million kilometers squared to about 8 million kilometers squared as of today. That is nearly half. It is estimated that nearly 2% of the rainforest is lost annually. Furthermore, approximately 137 species are lost in this biome per day, including both species of plants and animals and insects. Some things that humans could do to improve the preservation of our rainforests are to reduce, reuse, and recycle. When going to the grocery store, use a reusable canvas bag instead of taking the plastic bags at the store each time you go. Eat organic foods. Many pesticides and insecticides kill off the insects that need nutrients as well. Buy products that use certified wood. The word certified means that the wood was legally cut down and not from illegal deforestation. It is important for us to preserve our rainforests. There are many species on the endangered list from this biome. This including the Orinoco crocodile that was added to the critically endangered list in 1970. The crocodile is an apex predator. It eats large fish or birds or other organisms that are at the river bank entering the water or simply stopping by for a drink. The Orinoco crocodile was hunted to the brink of extinction for its skin during the 1930s to the 1960s, and the population has shown little signs of recovery since. Crocodiles could be found in large numbers around small water areas during the dry season, which made them easy targets for hunters. Illegal hunting for meat and for teeth, which are thought to have medicinal properties, along with the collection of eggs and juveniles, remains the major threat to this species. Further threats are posed from the continued habitat destruction, killing by local people, and from the competition with the almighty Cayman crocodile, which is found in the same area as the Orinoco. A reintroduction/restocking plan has been developed and captive breeding is carried out at a number of sites. Effective monitoring of released crocodiles is required and protection measures need to be properly enforced in order to help this species recover from such crippling overexploitation in the past. A law that protects this animal is the CITES. International trade in this species is banned under Appendix 1 of the CITES. After learning about the impacts that we have and what we can personally do to protect the birthland of Tarzan and his fellow organisms, I hope you will join me in making an effort to save the tropical rainforest and endangered species in it.